Hi guys, today we're going to talk about what is a robotic automation process. So this session continuously we're going to talk about robotic process automation and where it is got kick-started automation actually. So in the industry, along with that, I'm going to talk about what are advantages and where exactly we are using robotic process automation. Along with that, the tools available in the market and the disadvantage of the robotic process automation. So when we talk about so robotic process automation, I'm just going to clearly explain about like what is a process. Let's flip to the Excel sheet. So let us segregate our RPA into like what is R, what is P, and what is A. Let's see. This is an R, P, A. So when we talk about this one, right, robotic process automation, I'll park R and A aside. Coming to the P, so what is P? P is a process, right? So what is a process? We have to understand this. Pretty much important here is what is a process. So in terms of process, is nothing but invoice management system is one of the process. Student management system is one of the process. Employee management system is one of the process. Very simple here. These are all the process because these are all the real-time processes which we are executing on daily basis, right? So what is invoicing management system? So normally we are getting invoices from client and we are going to process. I mean to say that we in the sense BPO sector. So business process outsourcing tech sector is going to process the invoices on daily basis. So what exactly they are doing, they are getting invoices over the mail or so they were getting they used to get or Excel sheet they used to get it and the one by one they are going to perform on the invoicing management system. So invoice management system is an application. I mean they might have used one application over here to process the invoices. They're getting invoices. There is a desired application called invoice management system that might have developed with any language, maybe .NET or Java or whatever it is. So by using that application, so what BPO sector is doing, they are getting the invoices. They are going to push the invoice number into that application, and they're processing that, and finally they are going to finalize that invoices. It may be release that, maybe pay. They are going to pay or deny, maybe duplicate of invoices they are going to get it so that they can deny or due to some reasons they are going to pend it. These are all the operations they can exactly do on the daily basis on the real-time environment. So this is one of the example. Like we have a student management system also one of the process, and invoice employee management system also the process. There daily they are doing some repetitive tasks in terms of in terms of invoices, in terms of students, in terms of employees. They're getting they're daily entering the job. I mean daily entering the data into the application, and finally they are going to finalize it. So this is what they are doing on daily life, right? Now we have to understand this important concept here. So we have to understand the important concept here. Now we have to understand this. What is a process? The process is nothing but these are the process which they are implementing on daily life. Robotic process automation. Now we're pretty much clear about the process, right? So what is the process which we are pretty much clear about this, and what is a robotic and what is automation? So this entire process I'm going to automate by using robots. This entire process, that means that invoicing management system, student management system, employee management system, we have different type process. So in the wide range of applications are available, right? The banking sector is also one of the process, insurance sector is also the process, logistics also one of the big process, and financing sector is also one of the big process. These are all the wide range of applications available in the market, right? The entire process. So I'm going to automate. So we have different types of tools available in the market like UiPath, Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, OpenSpan, so and so on. So we have different types of automation tools are available in the market. By using that tool, I'm going to automate, and finally I'm going to run with the help of robotic, that is called software robot. Robot is nothing but one machine where I'm going to configure with my control room. Control room in the sense like it's one of the, every tool has its own control room. So from there, they're going to operate the robots, like add mod operations can be done from the control room. So we come to talk about this today's robotic process automation. Now you are clear about this, right? What is RPA? So robotic process automation is one of the process they are going to execute the business process. They are going to automate the business process. Business process in the sense that these are the business process, like IVS, SMS, EMS, all the know what I'm trying to say, business process. So we are going to automate this process by using software robots. It's called robotic process automation. Now we are pretty much good about what is R stands, what is P stands, and what is A stands. Let's flip to the PowerPoint presentation. So we are going to talk in detail about this. So what is robotic process automation? Is one of the emerging technology. By the time of 2025, we are RPA is the number one in the market. That is for we are getting some IT specialists through the IT specialists which we are getting which are getting. They were saying that it is one of the so booming technology in the year of 2025. So robotic process automation or rapid process automation is a technology which is used to imitate human actions. So whatever the human is doing, like is opening the URL, is entering the username and password, and is logging to the its main page. All these operations I can done so by using the robotic process automation tools. That is what is saying that so by using so whatever human is does the same thing, I can able to mimic the same operations by using software robots, so by using different types of tools. A robot is usually a runtime environment. So basically, so robot is working on the real-time environment. So we have to understand what is the real-time environment. Let's take example, we have invoicing management system. This we have to develop with the help of .NET or Java. Okay. Now we have developed this and testing team has completed the testing about the particular process. To say the invoicing management system. So once this is completed, they are going to push it into production environment. Before it has to be done, that's so on so on. So everything is completed. Now I'm going to publish. I'm going to push my invoice management system into production. Where exactly what to say that once they published into this production environment, now that is a runtime. That is a runtime environment from where users can access it. That is what he is telling that a robot is usually a runtime environment on which different process can be executed. So all the process, because my invoices is a runtime environment. It has been hosted into a runtime. From there, I'm going to automate my process because my invoicing management system got stabilized in the people are using it, and I'm not getting any errors, right? So let's automate this and lead process so by using different type of tools. The robot is usually a one-time environment on which different process can be executed. So I can able to different types of to say that I can able different types of the process can be executed like invoicing management system or student management system or employee management system. A bot can perform a sequence of steps that human does. That is what I explained. Like so, how the human is going step by step process. The same thing. The bot is also can perform the same steps. So RPA process on structured data. That means that so I have a structured data, then only I can process is that because let's say example you have a student management system where you have to enter 100 number of student data into your application. So there should be structured data should be defined. That means that you have a data in the Excel sheet. Okay. Now where I have 100 rows, like first row indicates that first row is information like SNO, S name, and address, course he has chosen, how much he has paid. All the stuff I have enclosed in the Excel sheet. From the Excel sheet, I'm going to retrieve it and I'm going to finally going to push it into my database. Since I have a structured data is defined. So basically, RPA focus on applications. What type of application is going to focus on? So it is going to focus on web, Windows, Citrix, SAP. This type of application completely focusing on, and we have automated all these areas and my bots are in production environment. They have succeeded in all these environments. So let us talk about where it is got a beginning. That means that so we have to completely understand here before RPA comes into the sense like before where the automation gets started. Automation is got kick started in the manufacturing and hardware automation. You may don't know how the machines are automatically working. Right? If you want to manufacture one chocolate, what we have to submit, we have to give only on raw materials. That's all. So automated the system itself is going to mix up, the machine itself is going to mix up, and it's going to come up with pieces of and finally it is come up with the packed chocolate. So here the human effort is very minimal is required to operate this. So that is where even right if you want to kickstart your if your engine is automated when you kickstart button engine is starting and so automated functionality is running that. So that is where automatic automation process got kickstarted in the hardware first of all, then only it is moved on to the software. Testing automation. Testing automation is nothing but one of the biggest automation. Here completely you have to understand it. So what is the difference between RPA and Selenium testing? So RPA is completely focused on process automation. Completely it is focused on the process automation. Coming to the Selenium, right? Testing automation basically exactly where exactly we are using the Selenium. Just an example. So I have developed one application by using .NET or Java or any other language. So once I have done, so my testing and unit testing is, I mean to say that my development and unit testing is completed. Now I'm going to push this one into my I'm going to push this one into testing team. Testing team basically what they are doing there. So they are writing some scripts like automatically they are going to run the system. So they are going to pass different types of inputs to the fields. Let's say example we have a login form where we have different types of fields like username, password, and what is the gender, what is the language. So other stuff. I mean to say that I just want to test all these areas, right? So basically, they are going to inject the data into the application and they are going to validate. And I mean to say that they are going to pass different types of data to the application. Okay, if you want to validate email, so they are going to pass name true, pass false, valid user, all this information, valid user, I mean mail ID. They are going to pass all this information onto this text field, and finally they are going to evaluate. Yeah, this field is working fine. So basically, Selenium is an automation tool. That means that is one of the automation testing tool where they are going to testing the environment, testing the application. I hope you got it here. What is the difference between process automation and so what is the testing automation? Testing is used to, I mean to say that it's Selenium is used for testing the application. Process is nothing but what? Where the end user are using your application. Now I have real runtime environment is ready, right? So basically, people are going to access, the working on the runtime environment, the entire runtime environment. I'm going to automate by using software tools, different types of tools available in this automation tool. So by using that, I can able to automate it. Now, Excel automation. So I say, what is Excel automation? Excel automation, one of the automation. So still there are, the management side, they are still using the macros. So macro is one of the automation process, right, where they are going to different types of macros. So from there, they are able to generate the different types of reports by clicking on one. I mean, by clicking one click, they are able to generate the reports. So basically, Excel automation, which will work only on, working on objects. Okay. So process automation. So I have clearly explained about what is the process automation. So nothing but automate on student management system, automate on invoicing management system, automate on finance management system, automate on insurance domain. So these are all the areas. So we can automate it. Now we have pretty much clear about what is the testing automation and what is the process automation and where it is going to get started. So tools available in the market. See what are the tools are available in the market. So we have different types of tools available in the market. Or UiPath, Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, OpenSpan, WorkFusion. So these are the tools available in the market. So basically, why do we utilize robotic process automation? Very, very important. So, so basically, right, where we are doing repetitive tasks, that means that so on daily basis you are doing the same set of process. That means that let's say example invoicing management system once BPS sector. business process outsourcing team. Basically, they are getting list of invoices. They are getting some target like we have to process 70 to 100 per day. So they have to complete the 70 to 100 per day. So what they are getting invoice list of invoices. They have a desired application called to process the invoices. So I'm getting invoice number. I'm going to push it into that particular application where I'm going to validate this the basic step of validations like whether this invoice is correctly authorized or not. All this stuff I'm going to validate, and finally I'm going to process that one whether I'm going to pay delay or something. So at the end of the day, right? So what will happen? So they might have processed 100 or I mean to say that 70 or 100 invoices, and they are going to update the status on the Excel sheet with respect to of the invoice number. So this is the same state of process they are getting the invoice number, processing it, releasing. They are getting invoice number, processing it and releasing it. So this is what they are doing on daily basis. This is called a repetitive task. So what is the capability? So because Robo has a capability whatever human does. So human is entering the URL, Robo also can enter the URL. Human is what I'm trying to say, human is clicking on the button, of course Robo is also going to click on the button. So whatever the capability the human has, Robo also the same capability, so that so we are I mean whatever the human does the same thing, Robo also mimic all the operations. And next one of the important thing is cost, return on investment. This is very important. So very basically when we talk about return on investment, right? So we have I'll give an example here. So basically one robot, because you have, let's say example, you have one company where 10 members are working. Per month you are paying 10,000 to the each and every person. So basically what happened, where you are going to pay 1 lakh rupees per month for the 10 members, right? Then RPA comes into the picture. The robo, I mean to say that robo RPA comes into the picture where I'm going to automate your complete process. So once we automate it, right? So for that you might have invested something, right? So 50,000 rupees you might have invested for this. So totally how much you paid for first month? So 1,50,000 rupees you might have paid for that, right? Now, so according to the RPA tool, according to the RPA and experience, so one robot is equals to 3 FT. So if I implement one robot, right? So where I'm going to require 3 persons. FT is nothing but what? Full-time employee. So where I don't require, what I'm trying to say, where I don't require 3 FTs from my company. So I have 9 members. If you implemented, right? I have 10 members, right? If you implemented 3 robots, so what will happen? I don't require 9 persons effort from my company. But here, the one thing we have to understanding. So where I don't make sure that 100% I cannot able to automate this. For this, I'm going to keep 3 persons in my company. Remaining 7 persons, I'm going to delete it. So I'm going to remove from my company. So what will happen? So from second month or second year onwards, so I'm just giving some rough numbers for better understanding here. That's all. From second month onwards, for so I have only 3 members in my company, right? 3 into 10,000 rupees, 30,000 rupees I'm going to pay for them. Along with that, so for software license and RPA maintenance, I'm going to pay one more 20,000 rupees. So second month, how much I paid? I paid only 50,000 rupees. First month, 1,50,000 rupees paid. See what is the difference between these two? That is called return on investment. Let's take example. Without automate this process, your process is day by day is improving. That means you are getting more number of inflow. That means that invoices are more, but 10 members you are not able to process this one. So that what you will do, you are going to recruit the people, right? You have to invest money on the recruitment. You have to invest money on the training, and you have to finally then only they are going to push it into that production environment. That means that they are going to process environment. But here, once you automate it here, even though what will happen, even though scalability is increasing, so what I have to do, I'm going to buy one machine, buy software. So finally, this I'm going to configure my robot into my control room. Finally, what will happen? I'm going to configure things like that. I'm going to assign your entire process to a new robot. That's all. Robo is not required for training. Robo is not required for all the stuff. Robo is required only power and the process. That's all. When you kickstart your when you kickstart your process from your control room, automatically the process is going to kickstart by new robot as well. So this is called cost. So we can save completely RPA completely focused on return on investments. And security, yeah, security, I can say, I mean to say that here, security is one of the, what I'm trying to say, I can able to store all the username, password in the control room so that it is going to use from, encoding mechanism they are going to use internally, and the security they are going to maintain properly from the control environment. So let's talk about advantages of robotic process automation. So robot can work 24 by 7. That means that if a system is up by 24 by 7, obviously my robot is keep on processing your process. So robot never sleep. Robot will not get sick until or unless system is good. So system is until the system is damaged or system got some problem. So robot never sleeps. That means that we have a business continuity here. So, so one of the important advantages of this, one robot can perform more than one process. So just an example, from the control room, you can execute different types of process. From the control room, I can able to execute the invoicing management system. From control room, I can able to execute student management system. From control room, I'm able to execute, this is employee management system and so on. So, but one robo can be execute one process at time. Yeah, you can by using a single robot, you can execute so different types of processes, but different types of timeline. That means the different types of schedules I can able to execute it. So the one of the advantages is the accuracy and quality. So 100% accuracy and quality can be achieved by using this advantage of robotic process automation. Fine. So why I'm saying 100% accuracy here? Because um, robot will not do mistake, right? But humans may be mistake, like sometimes human is maybe drowsy or maybe sick. What will happen? Instead of press 1, he is going to press 2. We are working for money, we are working for dollars, we are working for lakhs. So if you are wrongly releasing any invoices or some other stuff, so we have to bear, I mean company has to bear that difference amount. So one of the important advantages here, we can automate the process using existing ID infrastructure without modifying your system or your database. That is one of the advantages of the robotic process automation. So we know this one, which is going to work on multiple different types of platforms: Windows, Web, Java, and mainframes. So these are the areas, these are all the advantages of the robotic process automation. So basically, where do we use RPA? Is one of the different types of wide range of areas. BPO sector, completely, we are going to use the we are going to automate from the business process outsourcing because they are daily doing the repetitive tasks. So I can able to automate easily. Invoicing management system, healthcare domain, banking domain, insurance domain, logistics. These are all the wide ranges of what I'm trying to say, areas where we are going RPS using that, and they are going to succeed and the robots are working on that on a production environment. And the last cannot be least here, what cannot be automated. So one of the important stuff here, so every language has own advantages and disadvantages, right? Let us talk about disadvantages of the, so if you have any unstructured data is there or process, that means that so there is no the structured data is not there. Maybe mismatching between the first row and second row or something else. So we may be getting data for the mails or something. So there is unstructured or free flow. Free flow in the sense robo will not think. Why we are saying that free flow text? There are some cases based on the context we have to decision saying that for this invoice we you have to pay 70% of the total amount. In this case, right, if they're following structurally about this one, yeah, I can able to automate it. If they're not following structurally, I cannot able to automate it. So free flow text, wherever the seem to see the people are writing in different types of formats, right? Some persons may be entering the 70% at the starting, some person may be entering 70% at the middle. So there is no standard format, so that there is nothing but there is unstructured data. There is no structurally defined on this. So basically, I cannot be able to automate in this environment until I run this. we bring that one entire structure, we bring into structured manner. So handwritten documents. Handwritten documents in the sense I cannot able to automate the handwritten documents. Why? Because the people are writing in different styles, right? So we cannot and the robot cannot understand this, even though they are using the OCR concept, optical character recognition concept, but still there are no 100% accuracy we cannot able to achieve from there. So that handwritten document we cannot able to automate. Before you committing the automation, make sure that you have to confirm all these areas, so then only you can able to process it. Human intervention or think is required. So wherever human intervention or think is required, obviously robo will not automate the process by the time what I'm going to push. So I'll complete few part by using automation. Other thing I'm going to pend it for the human intervention or think is required. If any changes in the application need to give re-instruction to my bot, this is one of the very important thing is if any changes in the application need to give re-instruction to my bot, then otherwise, so I'm expecting a very simple thing. I'm expecting one button on the button on the screen. So by the time what will happen, the button is not available, so bot is going to throw an exception. So any changes on the application, of course, any applications that keep on getting the change requests and there are no errors, they keep on fixing something. But make sure that these things before you push into the production, make sure that we have to we have to intimate the robotic processing, saying that these are the modifications I'm doing this from this environment. So make sure that please give re-instruct your robot for these changes. Otherwise, it means that these are the one of the disadvantages. This is where I cannot able to. So without you giving to the information to RPA, if you run it in the production environment, the complete all bots or which is also associated to this process completely stopped. So bot is not work faster than human. Why it does not work faster than human? So because see what will happen when I kickstart it, right? So if you're working for Windows application, let's take example web application. Sometimes your pages response is very fast. Sometimes your page response is slow. So for this slow and fast, based on I have to automate it. Sometimes I have to wait for a moment. Sometimes I don't require to wait for a moment. But so I'm giving the common instruction to my bot saying that so if you want to move to one page to another page, you have to check any other element is loaded or not. Then only you can process it. So here sometimes Remo Robo is working fast, sometimes Robo is working slow. So here, what I'm trying to say, so make sure that, but whenever kickstarted, right, what human will do, he will keep on press enter, press navigate to some other page, something they are going to do, he is very going to do fastly because he has experienced guide. But here, Robo, we have to give such instructions saying that, so we have to completely wait for a moment saying that whether the page is loaded or not. Even the page is loaded, check that element is got loaded or not. All this instruction I have to give to the robot so that which slows than the human. But the continuity is there, but doesn't require what I'm trying to say here. I don't require any um, what I'm trying to say rest. I don't require any rest or any something else, but keep on running. My robot is keep on running so that so I can able to know more productivity than human. So that's all about for this one, right? So we have completely discussed about what is RPA, where it started, and what are the areas we are using, and why we have to utilize this RPA, and what are the advantages of the RPA, and what is the disadvantages of the RPA. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please, if you want to if you want to interact with more or with us, please subscribe. Or if you want to interact with my RPA expert contact number. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video.